Hi students, this video I will discuss with you about congruent triangles. You may think, what does triangles do in the chapter quadrilaterals? You will understand it better in the further videos. For now, let me give you a hint that to prove some certain theorems related to quadrilaterals, you will have to apply or you have to use congruent triangles. So it is very important that you know to identify congruent triangles. Now, when are two triangles said to be congruent? When three sides and three angles are exactly the same in two triangles, then the two triangles are said to be congruent triangles. So, three sides and three angles are the same, then the two triangles are said to be congruent. So, if I have a triangle A, B, C, and I have another triangle P, Q, and R, if my AB here is equal to PQ and my BC here is equal to PR and the AC here is equal to QR, then the angle between 1 and 2B will be equal to the angle between the 1 and 2 side here. And here I have 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, here it is angle C. The angle which lies between 2 and 3 is angle R. So angle C is equal to angle R. And the angle between 1 and 3 here is A, and the angle between 1 and 3 here is Q. So I am differentiating it by using different number of arcs. So angle A is having 3 arcs, angle Q. So angle A is equal to angle Q, angle C is equal to angle R, angle B is equal to angle P. And the sides AB is equal to PQ and BC is equal to PR and AC is equal to QR. I am using different number of strokes to differentiate between the equal sides. So AB here is equal to PQ, BC here is equal to PR and AC here is equal to QR. Therefore, these two triangles are said to be congruent. But is there any necessity that I can conclude that two triangles are congruent only if I know all the three sides and all the three angles? No. There are 5 different ways to find if two triangles are congruent. If any of these 5 ways, if any one of these 5 ways is satisfied, then the two triangles are said to be congruent. The symbol you use for congruence is this symbol. So, what are the 5 ways? Now, the first way is side, 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 SSS. So, in two triangles, when you have all the 3 sides equal, so BC here is equal to QP, AB here is equal to QR and AC here is equal to PR because it is 4, 4, 5, 5 and 7, 7. So, all 3 sides are equal here. So, 3 pairs are there. So, when it satisfied side, 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 so 3 sides are said to be equal, then the two triangles are congruent. If 3 sides of one triangle are equal to 3 sides of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. This is one way. The second way is side, angle, side. So if you see here, there are 2 sides given, 3 sits. XY is 3 and HZ is 6. And the angle between them is 30 degree. In the same way, in another triangle, there is a side which is having the measurement 3 and another side which is having the measurement 6 and the angle included between the 2 sides is 30 degree. Same way here also 30 degrees the angle included between the 2 sides. So 3 properties are same here, 2 sides and the included angle. Therefore, the two triangles are congruent. So if two sides and the included angle of one triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angle of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. The third way to identify congruent triangle is ASA, angle, side and angle. Here you can see that there are two angles and a side included between them. So 30 degree and 60 degree and the side which falls between them. Same way we have a 30 degree here, 60 degree here and a side which is included is having 7 as the measurement. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. This is how you will write triangle ABC. I have triangle ABC here and it is satisfying three valid conditions, that is angle, side, angle. Angle, side, angle. They are same. Therefore, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. This is XYZ. Therefore, if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding angles and side of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. The fourth one is AAS. So, I have two angles and a side which is not included between the specified angles. The same way, I have the same 2 degrees, 50 degree and 70 degree, and the side which is not included between the two angles mentioned is 10. Therefore, angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So, three properties are same in these two triangles. Therefore, the two triangles are said to be congruent. If two angles and the non-included side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding angles and side of another triangle, the triangles are congruent. Now, these are the four ways which we saw now. Now, the fifth one is for right-angled triangle. Right-angled triangle means you will have a 90 degree in that triangle. So how will you find out if two right angle triangles are congruent? So now you can see XYZ is a right angle triangle because one of its angle is 90 degree. Now the side which is facing the 90 degree or the side which is opposite to 90 degree is called the hypotenuse. So HZ is the hypotenuse here and the other two are called legs. So HZ is the hypotenuse and XY and YZ are called legs. In triangle UWV, WV is the hypotenuse because it faces the 90 degree or it is opposite to 90 degree. Therefore, WV is the hypotenuse and UW and UV are its two legs. So, here how will we understand that these two triangles are congruent? If the hypotenuse and one leg of a right angle triangle are equal to the corresponding hypotenuse and leg of another triangles, the two triangles are congruent. That means the third side will also be equal. When are the two triangles congruent? When all three sides and all three angles are equal. So now we know only two sides and one angle. So we can come to a conclusion. How? Because it is a right angle triangle. If the two hypotenuse, if you see here HZ is the hypotenuse here, WV is the hypotenuse here. Both are having the same measurement and one of its legs here HY and here UW. Both are having the same measurement. Therefore, these two triangles are congruent. Therefore, what will, if YZ is 4, UV will also be 4. And if HZY is 30 degree, HZY is opposite to the side having the measurement 3. So, here measurement 3 is here. So, the angle opposite to that is UVW. So, HZY and UVW will be the same. So, all sides and all angles will be same in congruent triangles. We need not know all the measurements. If it satisfies any of these 5 conditions, we can tell that the two triangles are congruent. We cannot use AAA if all the three angles, for example, I have 30 degree, I have one angle to be 30 and one angle to be 50 and one angle to be 100. So 50 plus 30, 80, 80 plus 100 is 180. In another triangle, I have the same three angles. I have a 50 here, I have a 100 here, I have a 30 here. It does not mean that they are having the same side, because here I can have 3, 5, 6 centimeter. Here I have 10, 8 and 7. The angles may be the same, but the size of the two triangles need not be the same because the sides may be different. So we cannot use AAA to decide if the two triangles are congruent. They may vary in the size. So to confirm that the two triangles are congruent, we need to know at least one side. So we cannot use AAA. We need to know at least one side to determine if the two triangles are congruent or not. Now here if you see, I have 5, 7, 4. 4, 7, 5. All the sides are same. 5, 5, 4, 4, 7, 7. We have three equal sides. Now we don't know anything about the angles, but we can confirm that these two are congruent. Now the angle between 5 and 4 here will be equal to the angle between 5 and 4 here. So this angle will be equal to this angle. And the angle between 4 and 7. The angle between 4 and 7 is this. So the angle between 4 and 7 here is this. So angle C will be equal to angle P. Now the third angle, which is between 5 and 7. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, 3. So these two angles will be the same. This is how we will know that the two triangles are congruent. So we need not know all 6 things. We need to know only either SSS, SAS and the things which we discussed now. So when three sides are same, the corresponding angles opposite to them will also be same. Now let us look here. We know two sides and one angle. Here again I know two sides and one angle. So the angle between, or let me start with the side. Now I don't know this side. If this side, in case the side is 10, this side will also be 10 because they are congruent triangles. From this we can decide our angles. Now the angle between 3 and 10 here, the measurement is 3 here and the measurement is 10 here. The angle between 3 and 10 here is Y. And the angle between 3 and 10 here is R. Therefore, we can say angle Y is equal to angle R. Now, the angle between 6 and 10 is angle Z. And the angle between 6 and 10 here is angle P. Therefore, angle Z is equal to angle P. We already know that angle H is equal to angle Q. This is how all the three properties, 3 pairs of sides and 3 pairs of angles will be the same. Now, here I have two angles and one side. So 60 plus 30 is 90. Obviously this will be 90 degree. Again here this will be 90 degree because the sum of the three angles of a triangle are the sum of the three angles of a triangle is always 180. So since this is 60 plus 30 is 90, angle A will also be 90 degree. In the same way 30 plus 60 is 90, so this will be 90 degree. Now we have BC7 and YZ7, that is the angle included between, that is the side included between 30 and 60. Here again 30 and 60. So the side which is included between 30 degree and 90 degree is AB here. So if it has the measurement of H, the side included here between 30 and 90 will also have H. If it is 5, this will also be 5. If this is 7, HY will be 7. And the third side which is between 90 and 60, if it is 8 centimeter in measurement, the side here between 60 and 90 will also be 8. This is how you will understand. So we can come to a conclusion that in congruent triangles, the sides opposite to equal angles will be the same and the angles opposite to equal sides will be the same. For example, I have two triangles P, Q, R and X, Y, Z. So if I have PQ equal to XY and PR equal to YZ and angle P is equal to angle Y. Now side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So in this case it is SAS. So here the angle P is equal to angle Y. So the equal angles are angle P and angle Y. So the side opposite to them. What is the side opposite to angle P? QR. So QR. What is the side opposite to angle Y? HZ. So QR will be equal to HZ. I forgot to differentiate this. So here I have PQ equal to HY. The angle, so PQ is equal to HY. The equal sides are PQ is equal to HY. So the angle opposite to them, the angle opposite to PQ is R and the angle opposite to HY, okay. So HY is here, which is angle facing HY. So this is the angle. So angle R is equal to angle Z. I have PR equal to YZ. So I have two equal sides. This is the second one. Two equal sides PR and YZ. So when these sides are same, the angles opposite to them. So what is the angle opposite to PR? It is angle Q. And what is the angle opposite to YZ? It is angle H. So angle Q is equal to angle H. So when sides are same, the angle opposite to them will be same, and when angles are same, the sides opposite to them will be same. So this is all about congruent triangles. So we will have to use this congruence, or we have to know how to identify congruent triangles to do the theorems related to quadrilaterals. Thank you.